Noah Reeves, 78, was wheeled into the hospice under a thin white sheet, still half lost from sedation. He did not know where they'd brought him. His eyes opened to sage, green walls, and the sterile hush of a room for dying. The surgery had been minor. Hospice was never the plan. The nurse in navy scrubs entered, clipboard in hand. Her steps halted when she saw his face.
Senior Chief Reeves. He's the one who saved me.
She steadied herself and checked the chart. No terminal diagnosis. Just a routine cardiac discharge.
Why would anyone send him here?
She turned his wrist. Read the admission band. Surgery was days ago. He should still be in rehab.
Mr. Reeves, I am Sharon Haywood. I am going to make sure you are comfortable. I need to see every piece of paperwork on this admit.
She walked out with a gather of old loyalties and new resolve. Something was very wrong. To understand what had gone wrong, you needed to know the man lying in that hospice bed. For 30 years, Senior Chief Noah Reeves was a backbone of the fleet. The USS Saratoga was his home. He'd served through 2 Gulf War deployments, earned a shadow box full of medals, and the quiet loyalty of every sailor under him. After his wife passed, he kept to his house, the walls lined with Navy photos. Brenda, his only daughter, worried but trusted his stubborn independence.
Dad's tougher than he looks. He'll be fine.
Noah, you need anything before the surgery, you call me. I know people in the system.
Tyler Kerrigan, Brenda's husband, was a hospital administrator, a man who spoke in solutions and smiled on a delay.
It's a minor procedure. A few weeks of rehab, and I'll be back in my garden.
The cardiac surgeon assured him the recovery would be straightforward, with scheduled rehab to follow. But Tyler had other plans. Plans that began with a signature on a discharge form. The surgery itself was textbook. Noah came out of anesthesia with a steady heartbeat and a surgeon's promise of full recovery. He was moved to a recovery bed, still groggy but alive. The discharge orders were clear. Step-down unit, then inpatient rehab.
Rehab takes months. Hospice moves the timeline faster.
Tyler made a quiet phone call. No raised voices, just a casual request to a discharge planner who owed him a favor. He slipped a revised form into the stack. The word rehab was crossed out. Hospice was written in its place. The form read, "Transfer to hospice care for comfort measures only." No mention of a terminal diagnosis was required.
Brenda, I've talked to the doctors. The best thing for your father right now is hospice. They'll keep him comfortable.
Tyler would never steer us wrong. If he says hospice, then that's what Dad needs.
And so, with a daughter's trust and a son-in-law's signature, Noah Reeves was routed away from recovery, into the stillness of a place meant for endings. The ambulance left the hospital with a healthy man inside. By the time the doors closed, the fraud was complete. The hospice bed received Noah like a quiet sentence. Brenda sat close, holding his hand, while Tyler lingered near the door.
This isn't right. The surgeon said rehab. Why would they send me here?
Dad, it's just for a little while. They'll take good care of you. Tyler arranged everything.
Arranged everything? He was supposed to get me into rehab, not this place. Something's wrong.
Tyler stepped forward, placing a hand on Brenda's shoulder. His smile was immaculate.
I don't need hospice. I am not dying.
Shh, Dad. Don't upset yourself. Tyler said this is best, and I trust him. Just rest now.
She kissed his forehead, stood up, and walked out with Tyler. The door clicked shut behind them. Noah stared at the white admission band on his wrist. It felt like a pair of handcuffs.
I've survived fires at sea. I can't even fight my way out of a room.
Sharon unfolded the chart at her station, scanning the intake notes, her face hardening with each line.
No terminal diagnosis. This man should be in rehab, not hospice.
A memory surfaced. 1985, a fuel line fire on the Saratoga. Smoke and screaming.
Chief Reeves dragged me out of that corridor. I'd be dead if he hadn't.
She glanced at the Navy photo on her desk. Young faces, salt air, a debt unpaid.
If he's trapped by a fraud, I have to do something. Protocol can wait.
She picked up the phone and dialed a number she knew by heart. Dr. Walter Patterson, the hospital's senior medical director, Navy veteran.
Walter, it's Sharon. I need you to look at a patient chart. Something's very wrong.
Slow down. Who's the patient?
Noah Reeves, senior chief, retired. He's in hospice after a routine cardiac surgery. No terminal diagnosis.
The line went dead. Dr. Patterson set the receiver down, a veteran's unease prickling his neck.
Routine cardiac surgery. No cancer. No terminal diagnosis. This smelled of fraud.
He pulled the full referral file on screen. The signature at the bottom was Tyler Kerrigan, administrator.
Jane, I am sending a hospice admission for Noah Reeves. I need an ombudsman review, quietly, before the trail goes cold.
Jane Kirkland opened a new case file. Bureaucracy would grind slowly, but she had the authority to freeze transfers.
Mr. Reeves, you are still disoriented from the sedatives. Try to rest. I'll return shortly.
I don't belong in hospice. Someone made a mistake. Please, Nurse Haywood, you've got to believe me.
I hear you. I promise I am going to find out exactly why you are here. Hold on, Chief.
She called me Chief. She knows something.
Sharon squeezed his hand and left. She'd lit a fuse that no one else could see, and now she had to watch it burn. Tyler's phone buzzed with a text from a clerk. Someone pulled Noah Reeves' full referral record this morning.
They're already digging. I need to slow this down.
Cold panic gave way to colder calculation. He scribbled an order for a sedative strong enough to fog a healthy man for days.
The patient is agitated. This will ease his discomfort. I need it given tonight, and charted as standard pain management.
The floor nurse took the form, doubt flickering across her face. But Tyler's smile didn't invite questions. Sharon, finishing her night's rounds, passed the medication cart. The fresh order form clipped to Noah's chart stopped her cold.
This isn't prescribed by his physician. It's not medically indicated. This is suppression.
She pulled the form free and turned on the junior nurse, voice low but cutting.
This order is voided. Do not administer it. If Mr. Kerrigan calls, you refer him directly to me.
She photocopied the order and locked both in her desk. Tyler had just upgraded from fraud to poisoning. At the nurse's station, Sharon assembled a file. The fraudulent admission record, the unauthorized sedative order, a nurse's statement.
If I put my name on this complaint, Kerrigan will retaliate. He'll try to strip my license.
She added a cover letter to Dr. Patterson, outlining every discrepancy in plain terms. One copy she sealed. Another she locked in her personal filing cabinet. Across the hall, the old sailor slept, unaware that his old corpsman was fighting the battle he could not.
This goes directly into Dr. Patterson's hand. Nobody else. He pulled me out of that fire. I won't let his son-in-law suffocate him.
The aide took the envelope and disappeared into the evening shift. The chain was moving. Back in her office, Sharon locked the remaining evidence away. The cabinet door clicked shut like a bulkhead. Then she sat in the silence, folded her hands, and waited. The match had been struck. Now the corridor had to burn. The morning brought a different kind of heat. Tyler Kerrigan stormed onto the hospice floor, his calm persona shattered.
You blocked my order? Who do you think you are?
Your order was medically unnecessary and unauthorized. I followed protocol.
Protocol? I am the administrator. I'll have your license pulled by noon.
He's desperate. That makes him sloppy.
Sharon didn't flinch. 20 years in the Navy had taught her that bluster was just noise before the real fight.
You can try, Mr. Kerrigan, but the file is already in the medical director's hands. Your signature is on it.
You think Patterson will save you? He's one man against the system I built.
That system is about to get a hard look. Now, is there anything else? I have patients to care for.
Tyler's face tightened. He turned, and left without another word. But the threat hung in the air like smoke after a shelling. Tyler made a quiet phone call to the ombudsman's office, reminding them of the hospital's internal review policy. No outside interference until it concluded. Jane Kirkland received the call. Bureaucracy was a weapon Tyler wielded well. She was forced to step back.
I can't override this without a board vote. And he's got allies. We're stuck until he slips.
Brenda hasn't been here in 2 days. Did Tyler stop her? What kind of prison is this?
He's getting weaker. The system isn't moving fast enough. I have to reach his daughter. Mrs. Kerrigan, this is head nurse Haywood. I need to speak with you urgently. It's about your father's safety.
Safety? But Tyler said he's stable. What's going on?
She still trusts him. I have to be careful, or he'll cut off all contact.
They agreed to meet early the next morning, away from the hospital. Sharon was about to break a family apart to save one of its members.
If he's not safe, what has Tyler done?
That night, Noah's breath turned shallow and wet. Pneumonia had crept in unnoticed, feeding on the stillness of the hospice room.
This bed will be my last berth. I can feel the water closing over me.
Sharon found him feverish at the shift change. She didn't call for help. She was the help. Oxygen, chest physio, fluids.
You are not dying in this place, Chief. Not while I owe you a life.
I know that voice. From the fire, the young corpsman with the steady hands.
He said nothing, but his grip tightened. A sailor's signal. I am still here. Across town, Kirkland's phone rang. Dr. Patterson had called in every marker. An emergency interview was approved. She grabbed her recorder and a copy of the record. By dawn, she'd be in the hospice, speaking directly to Noah Reeves.
I am not leaving your side, Chief. Help is coming.
Outside, the first gray light of morning touched the hospice windows. The clock was down to hours now. Tyler saw the ombudsman's car pull into the hospice lot. His hand tightened on the phone. He needed Noah gone now.
Transfer him to the dementia unit. Locked, no visitors. By the time they sort the paperwork, it'll be too late.
He pushed the transfer order through an emergency administrative channel, bypassing the usual reviews.
He's moving Noah. I've got maybe an hour.
Sharon grabbed the evidence file and dialed the on-call judge she'd been given by Patterson. This was the nuclear option. Within minutes, a digital emergency stay arrived. The judge's signature froze all transfers pending investigation.
This order keeps Noah right where he is. You try to move him, you'll be in contempt.
You've just ended your career. When this is over.
When this is over, Mr. Kerrigan, one of us will be in handcuffs. Now step away from my patient.
The stay was a flare in the dark. Everyone in the building now knew. Tyler Kerrigan was fighting for his life. They met at a quiet coffee shop, away from the hospital. Sharon slid a folder across the table.
What is this?
The truth. Tyler falsified your father's discharge. He tried to sedate him. He tried to move him today.
Number. Not Tyler. He loves Dad. He wouldn't.
But the familiar signature on the discharge form stared back at her, and her breath went shallow.
I served under your father. He saved my life. I wouldn't lie to you.
I have to look at Tyler when he says he's protecting Dad. See if it still holds.
That evening, she confronted Tyler in their living room, Sharon's folder clutched in her hand.
Brenda, that woman is trouble. She's been after my job for months. You believe a stranger over your husband?
But Brenda saw the flicker in his eyes, the same flicker she'd seen when he talked about the inheritance. And she started to dig. The next morning, Jane Kirkland served formal subpoenas. Every record, every signature, now subject to legal scrutiny. Tyler knew the original admission form could hang him. That evening, he slipped into the records room alone.
No originals, no fraud. Without that file, it's her word against mine.
Sharon, who had been tracking his key card, saw the records room light flicker on after hours. She moved silently toward the door.
He's destroying evidence. I have to record this.
She raised her phone, camera filming through the glass. Tyler crammed folders into a bag, every move documented.
You are trespassing. She shoved me. I was doing routine filing.
Security arrived. Tyler repeated the accusation, his voice calm and rehearsed. The footage would later clear her. But for now, Sharon was detained, her phone taken. Tyler walked free that night. The security camera had captured every frame. The original files were safe in 3 places. The web around Tyler grew tighter. Dr. Patterson watched the security footage twice. His jaw tightened. He picked up the phone and cleared Sharon of all wrongdoing.
We have falsified records, an unauthorized sedative order, attempted evidence destruction. I am calling an emergency board meeting now.
An hour later, the board gathered in a tense conference room. Tyler sat across from them, his rehearsed smile nowhere to be found.
This is procedural overreach. I filed a motion with the state to dismiss the investigation on grounds of bias.
The board chair glanced at the ombudsman's report, then at the stack of evidence Patterson placed before them. The vote was swift. A single sheet was handed across the table. Immediate administrative suspension of Tyler Kerrigan. Pending full investigation. Tyler's face went slack. He knew this suspension was the first domino. Criminal charges, divorce, public disgrace, all falling now.
She had found the financial records he'd hidden, the inheritance acceleration scheme. She dialed the hospice with shaking hands. Nurse Haywood? It's Brenda. I believe you. I am so sorry. Please, let me see my father.
Across town, Sharon closed her eyes. A sailor's promise kept. The old chief would see his daughter again. The board's decision was relayed immediately. Hospital security took Tyler by the arm and walked him out. Brenda stood in the lobby, a manila envelope tight in her grip. She stepped into his path and pushed it into his chest.
You don't get to destroy him and call it family.
You'll regret this, Brenda. That old man has nothing left to give you.
The ombudsman's order came through. Immediate transfer to a certified rehab facility. Sharon received the call with quiet vindication.
Chief, you are leaving this place. I told you help was coming.
I knew her voice from the fire. We're going home.
The paramedics lifted Noah onto the gurney. Sharon walked beside him, her hand resting on the rail. As they passed the nurse's station, Brenda rushed in, her face streaked with tears of apology. Sharon simply nodded. For the first time in days, Noah Reeves exhaled, not surrender, relief. The Navy doesn't leave its wounded behind. The rehab room was bright, nothing like the hospice. Noah lay in a clean bed, real treatment already working.
Chief, there's something I never got to say. The fire on the Saratoga, 1985. You pulled me out. I was 19.
The corpsman with the steady hands. I never forgot the way she stood calm when everyone else ran. Nurse Haywood, you were the one who stayed. The fire didn't take you that day. And now you've pulled me out again.
I'd do it 100 times, Chief. You were the best of us.
Brenda walked in, her face still puffy from tears. She knelt by the bed and took his hand.
Dad, I am so sorry. I trusted him over you. I will never let anyone hurt you again.
You are here now. That's all I ever wanted.
The physical therapist guided him to his feet. 3 steps, then 4. A body relearning what a heart already knew.
He walked through fire for me. Now he's walking away from the grave that man dug for him.
Weeks passed, and Noah walked along the rehab hallway without assistance. The walker stood unused in the corner. Sharon visited often, bringing coffee and stories from the old carrier days.
Feels strange, Sharon. Surviving all that just to sit in an empty house.
Chief, you've got years of service left, not Navy service, something else.
She's right. I can't just prune roses. There are people in that hospice who have nobody.
Brenda arrived, a manila envelope in hand. The divorce was final.
It's over, Dad. Legally, he's gone from our lives.
Good. Now we move forward.
He looked at Sharon, and the idea that had been forming now solidified. He would go back to the hospice as a volunteer.
I want to give something back. I want to sit with the ones who have no one.
A month later, Noah walked through the hospice doors again, wearing a navy polo shirt and a volunteer badge.
Welcome back, Chief. Your first assignment is waiting.
She led him to a room where an aged veteran lay alone. No flowers, just the hum of monitors.
I am here, sailor. Tell me about the sea.
The man's grip eased, his breathing slowed, and he slipped away while Noah held his hand.
In that quiet, he knew what he was meant to do.
He would come every Friday after that. No ceremony, no praise, just a chair, a hand, and a story.
You've found your new duty station, Chief. Welcome to the crew.
I was a sailor first. Now I am a shipmate to the very end.
In that hospice, the man they'd tried to discard became its quiet anchor for every lonely soul. The staff called him Chief. His navy hat became a Friday fixture, a quiet promise in the sage green corridors.
Service doesn't retire, son. It just changes watch stations.
Brenda came with a new infant, her second marriage, a quiet bloom after the storm. Noah cradled his grandson, his weathered hand gentle against the new skin, eyes brimming.
He'll never know what tried to take me. All he'll know is his grandfather's hand.
You've come a long way from the Saratoga, Chief.
A long way. But I found my final duty station, right here.
Until his own body gave out, Noah kept his Friday watch. Every veteran without family had a shipmate. The hospice became his vessel, not for dying, but for carrying souls across with dignity. The legacy of Noah Reeves wasn't medals. It was the quiet presence of a man who refused to let a single soul leave this world unattended. Years softened his stride, but Noah still came to the hospice when his legs allowed.
I am too slow for bedside rounds now, Sharon. But I can still sit with you.
They sat in the garden. Two sailors in the quiet, no words needed.
This hat belongs with someone who still serves.
He placed his Navy chief's hat in her hands. She accepted, overcome. Today, that hat rests in a glass case in the hospice lobby. The plaque reads, Senior Chief Noah Reeves, 1946-2025. He saved many, and in the end, he was saved. Every new volunteer passes it and learns the story of a man nearly discarded and the nurse who brought him home.
I was the one he saved, but in the end, we saved each other.
In the Navy, they say you never leave a shipmate behind. Sometimes the sea brings them back. The hospice room where Noah Reeves once lay was now empty, sunlight washing the sage-green walls in quiet peace. In the lobby, a glass case held his Navy chief's hat, a silent sentinel over the entrance. Sharon, her hair now fully gray, came by every morning to straighten the frame and trace the engraving.
He walks through fire for me again every time I look at this hat.
A slow dissolve brought back the deck of the Saratoga. 1985, a younger chief pulling a young corpsman through smoke. The memory held for a breath, then returned to the quiet corridor where a lifetime had come full circle.
He was my chief, I was his corpsman. The Navy doesn't write endings, it passes watches.
Now, every new volunteer learns the story of a man nearly discarded and the nurse who brought him home. In the end, she had only to look at the hat, and she knew the sea does bring them back, fade to black.